Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we bring you the latest news and updates from around the world. I'm your host, Barbara, and I'm excited to share today's top stories with you. We have a packed show for you today, with news from Japan, India, and the Middle East. Let's start with Japan, where the upper house election is likely to take place on July 20. According to government and ruling coalition officials, there are no plans to extend the current parliamentary session, which is set to end on June 22. This means that the election will likely be held within the required 24 30-day window after the session ends. In other news from Japan, reports have surfaced of online rice scams, with many people falling victim to fake websites and social media ads selling rice at inflated prices. The government has issued warnings about these scams, urging citizens to be cautious when shopping online. Meanwhile, in India, the government has launched an inspection of all Boeing 787s after a devastating Air India crash that claimed at least 270 lives earlier this week. The aviation regulator has ordered additional maintenance checks on Air India's Boeing 787-8 and 787-9 aircraft, including assessments of certain takeoff parameters and engine fuel-related checks. We'll also be keeping an eye on the situation in the Middle East, where Israel and Iran have been exchanging barrages in recent days. The conflict has raised concerns about regional stability and the potential for further escalation. In art news, Osaka is hosting a unique exhibition featuring works by Japanese artists who are pushing the boundaries of traditional techniques. The show includes stunning examples of ceramics, textiles, and woodblock prints, showcasing the country's rich cultural heritage. Finally, in business news, Nippon Steel has announced plans to reduce its carbon footprint as part of its efforts to decarbonize. The company aims to achieve net zero emissions by 2050, in line with Japan's national goals. That's all for now. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're diving into the complex world of immigration policies in our middle segment today. As we explore this multifaceted issue, it's essential to consider the various perspectives and nuances involved. Recently, there has been a significant shift in the approach to immigration enforcement, particularly with regards to workplace raids. The Trump administration has been cracking down on undocumented workers, which has led to a backlash from some Republican lawmakers, including those representing agricultural communities. They argue that these policies are hurting farmers and businesses who rely on immigrant labor. President Trump seemed to acknowledge these concerns in a recent statement, suggesting that he may revisit the policy to find a more balanced approach. However, it remains to be seen whether this will translate into concrete changes in the way ICE conducts deportations. On the other side of the aisle, Democrats are also grappling with how to address immigration. While they have been vocal in their opposition to Trump's policies, some strategists argue that they need to develop a clearer and more compelling narrative around immigration. This includes finding a balance between enforcing border security and treating immigrants with dignity and respect. As we navigate this complex issue, it's crucial to remember that immigration is not just a political talking point, but a human story that affects countless individuals and families. By listening to diverse perspectives and engaging in respectful dialogue, we can work towards finding solutions that prioritize both compassion and responsible governance. Ultimately, the debate around immigration policies will continue to evolve, and it's essential to stay informed and engaged. As we move forward, let's strive for a nuanced understanding of this issue, recognizing that there are no easy answers, but rather a complex web of competing interests and values. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. I'm your host, Barbara Waters. As we close out today's program, we're going to dive into a story that has been making headlines around the world. The question on everyone's mind is, Did the U.S. know about Israel's attack on Iran all along? This is a complex and sensitive topic, and we'll do our best to break it down for you. According to reports from the Financial Times, the U.S. government has been facing scrutiny over its potential involvement in or knowledge of Israel's recent attack on Iran. The incident has sparked a heated debate among politicians, pundits, and the general public. As we explore this story, it's essential to consider multiple perspectives and sources to gain a deeper understanding. President Trump's anti-war pledge has been put to the test as his base is split on the issue. Some supporters are questioning whether the U.S. was aware of Israel's plans beforehand, while others are defending the president's stance on the matter. We'll examine the different viewpoints and provide context to help our listeners make informed decisions. It's also worth noting that this development has significant implications for U.S. politics and foreign policy. As we navigate these complex issues, it's crucial to rely on credible sources and fact-based reporting. At Barbara's Bulletin, we're committed to bringing you unbiased and comprehensive coverage of the news that matters most. As we conclude today's program, I want to encourage our listeners to engage in respectful and open-minded discussions about this topic. It's essential to consider the historical context, geopolitical dynamics, and humanitarian aspects involved. By doing so, we can foster a deeper understanding of the complexities at play and work towards finding common ground. That's all for today's Barbara's Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay engaged. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery. We'll be back with more in-depth analysis and thought-provoking discussions soon. Until then, take care and stay informed.